This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
And thanks for joining us here on the news at 7. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. We are learning more tonight about possible treatments for coronavirus patients and how the virus is impacting kids.
But first, a look at the latest data from the State Department of Health. 1,621 people have died from COVID-19. There have been more than 28,000 positive cases since the pandemic began. Close to 184,000 people have been tested for a positivity rate of 15.4%. As testing increases, that positivity rate has been decreasing. Right now, 81% of the state's ventilators and 41% of the hospital ICU beds are available.
Today, State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box announced Indiana's first confirmed case of multi-system inflammatory syndrome in a child. No other details have been released about where the case originated. Today, state leaders also announced contact tracing has begun. Workers are reaching out to people who may have had contact with someone who has tested positive. And all Indiana hospitals have received remdesivir, an experimental drug that can be used for patients with moderate and severe cases of COVID-19.
There's a new digital push to help support some downtown Indianapolis businesses. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum shows you the new I Miss Mass Ave campaign and how small business owners hope it helps during this difficult time.
This is not what Mass Ave usually looks like this time of year. But now you'll see empty parking spots and closed businesses. So this new initiative aims to make sure that restaurants and stores are not forgotten. I Miss Mass Ave. It's a hashtag local business owners are hoping to see more of online. They're asking the community to turn to social media and post about their favorite shops and restaurants. It's been a rough couple of months for businesses like Homespun on Mass Ave. They typically rely on foot traffic, so the owners had to create an online shop for the first time.
Our sales have been way down. Like we almost, barely made enough money last month to pay rent.
Now that restrictions are starting to ease up for in-person shopping, she's hoping this new online push will help people remember why they love shopping or dining on Mass Ave in the first place.
If people can remember to do things like post on social media and share their experiences with the small businesses on Mass Ave and anywhere else in the city, and write reviews, positive reviews about the businesses they love, like that really helps.
She says she plans to open the store within the next week or so. She'll be taking extra precautions to keep people safe, like offering masks and rearranging displays to minimize the amount of people touching items. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And thank you, Megan. Even when it wasn't raining today, it looked like it might rain at any time. I'll show you where a few spotty showers are now. Today is what I call self-destruct sunshine. The sun comes out, helps build the next shower. There'll be a broken area of downpours tonight. They'll be very hit and miss, but more widespread starting tomorrow morning. Then we'll dry out as we get to Wednesday. I want to show you what I mean by spotty. Franklin down to Nashville to southeast of Lake Monroe. Little dots there where you have some heavier downpours. I think we'll see more swirl into the state from the northwest. Temperatures, they're stuck in the 60s right now, except for Lafayette at 70. Temperatures all in the metro area in the low to mid 60s. I'll show you the wettest period in the forecast, the hourly breakdown of tomorrow, and look ahead to summer warmth coming up.
Indiana families continue to fight for more transparency from the state and nursing homes when it comes to COVID-19 cases and deaths. Deaths at long-term care facilities make up 41% of the state's total, but people in nursing homes compose only 12% of positive cases. The state is telling the public only the overall number of people who have tested positive and who have died in nursing homes. What the state is still not saying is where these nursing home outbreaks and deaths are happening. Call 6 Investigates. Kara Kenny is talking to experts and uncovered the public may soon get to see this information a different way.
We asked the state to give us nursing home deaths and cases broken down by facility. The state declined, citing privacy reasons. But we talked with an expert who says legally the state can give us the information.
It's really sad.
David Johnson lives in Indianapolis and is one of many taxpayers concerned about the state not telling the public where nursing home deaths are happening. He's had 2 family members at Glenburn Home in Linton, Indiana. His sister-in-law died in April from pneumonia. David says he's encouraged by the fact that Glenburn Home has posted daily updates on COVID-19 cases and deaths on their website and Facebook page, something they do not have to do by law. The state's new requirements say nursing homes only have to send daily email updates to resident families about COVID-19 cases. Death information is only released to families upon request.
Totally transparent. Everybody in the community knows about it. I think that's just kind of the standard that, frankly, the state should be doing, but
Glenburn Home told us they have an obligation to keep the public informed because their friends and neighbors are also impacted by the virus. A failure to communicate during these times leaves families uninformed, which creates an additional burden in addition to that they are already experiencing. It also creates anxiety and speculation in the community, resulting in stories and rumors at a time when our residents, families, and employees deserve better. Seema Mohapatra agrees. She's a healthcare expert and professor at IU McKinney School of Law.
The people that are working there are coming in and out of those facilities. And so there is also a potential risk for the general public about what the kinds of infection rates are in long-term care facilities. That's all in the public interest and public trust. Right now, it's really important that we have trust in our institutions, and so they have to show us some kind of trustworthiness by reporting these kinds of cases.
The state has cited privacy concerns for not telling the public where people are dying in nursing homes.
And legally, there's nothing preventing the facilities or the health department from giving this information.
Nursing homes are funded with your tax dollars through Medicaid and Medicare. A new federal rule makes it mandatory for nursing homes to report COVID-19 deaths and infections to the CDC. The data is expected to be released at the end of May.
People in Indiana, even if the state department, health department doesn't release it, by the end of May, we should have so much more understanding.
When the public is not informed, they may assume the worst, and families say that needs to change statewide.
I can handle seeing all these numbers down at Glenburn. You know, it's really sad, but I'd rather see that than nothing and have families left in the dark.
In the meantime, we're compiling our own database of nursing home deaths and cases, and we want to hear from you. You can email me at kara.kenny@wrtv.com. And if your nursing home is not giving you the information, you can report it here to the state of Indiana. Reporting in Indianapolis, Kara Kenny, RTV6.
Following CARE's reporting on this issue, the state's largest nursing home provider, American Senior Communities, announced tonight it will provide coronavirus case data on the website for each of its facilities.
This weekend, a summer staple for Hoosier families reopened, and the staff is taking safety precautions to keep everyone safe. Hundreds of families were at Tibbs Drive-In Saturday night, finding some fun outside of their homes, but still social distancing. Our Troy Washington was there as well. She learned more about the changes now in place due to COVID-19.
It's a date night for some. For others, it's just a reason to finally get out of the house.
First time coming to the drive-in or getting out like this.
RTV6 caught up with Philip Williams as he waited in line to find a spot at Tibbs Drive-In. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, people aren't allowed in theaters right now, but the drive-in business is booming.
We're going to see Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, nice night. So hope the rain holds off. Just going to enjoy a movie.
The owners say the lines have looked just like this every night since they opened last weekend, and they expect that the rush will continue as people look for ways to get out. Owners are giving customers $2 off the regular price now and giving families a reason to come out and camp out in front of the movie screen.
A lot of video calls, but tonight we're actually able to be with each other and just share time, energy, love.
DeMarcus Collins came out with his fiance to celebrate a friend's birthday.
I'm out here to celebrate him and her. They're unfortunately moving out of the state, but we're here to support. Actually, I grew up coming to this since I was like 5 or 6 years old, so this is the first time I've been back to Tibbs in quite a few years. Quite a few years, yeah.
Does it look the same?
Yeah, actually it does.
What better way to bring in a new year of life than spending it with close friends, social distancing style, while watching a movie? Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Looks like a good time there. Tibbs is asking customers to stay in their vehicles or in the back of their truck unless you're going to the restroom or the concession stand. You must also buy your tickets online, and managers are only allowing 725 cars. That is 50% capacity.
They put their lives on the line to help patients. Now, after surviving coronavirus, 3 nurses continue to help people who are also fighting COVID-19.
But first, summer sports leagues are waiting to hear when and if they can take the field, when new guidance could come from the governor.
Home experts at theindychannel.com. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Many spring sports have been canceled due to COVID-19, and summer leagues are still up in the air tonight. RTV6's Kelsey Anderson spoke with one youth sports organization to see how they are handling the unknown.
The Oaklandon Youth Organization normally has about 800 kids sign up to play baseball and softball every year. They had to cancel their spring season, and they don't know when they'll get back to playing, but what they do know is they're going to make it special for the kids.
Games every weekend until school's out, and then we start weeknight games.
In a world without the current pandemic, this dugout and this field would be filled with young athletes.
Well, right now we're kind of on a holding pattern.
The OIO Board of Directors had to cancel the spring season and now are waiting to see how much of their summer season they can salvage.
We're kind of waiting to see where Marion County hits as far as when we are allowed to start again. That will determine if and when we can start a summer league.
Once they do start back up, organizers tell me the health and safety of everyone will be at the forefront of their minds.
We want to keep everybody as safe as possible, and we will definitely put every measure in place that we need to keep our parks safe and keep all of our patrons safe.
They are hopeful bats will be swinging soon, and they know everyone is ready to be at the ballpark.
We're all in this together right now. I know my daughter has lost the ability to play out here, just like, you know, the other 800 kids that registered out here this year. They all want to play. They all want to get back out here, and we're going to do the best we can to make sure they can get back out here in the fall.
They tell me if you did sign up for the spring season, you have 3 options. You can get your money back in a full refund. You can use that money towards the fall season if it happens, or you can donate the money to OIO. I'm Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Thank you, Kelsey. A flash flood watch. Headlines, my RTV6 forecast from Muncie to Shelbyville, Columbus, southeast. That's for the next 24 hours. We'll talk about late week changes as well coming up.
theindychannel.com/rebound.
Welcome back. Parts of central Indiana dealing with even more rain tonight. A flash flood watch continues. We're checking in now with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory.
And Amanda, we get a break for a little bit, but I do think overnight some downpours, but the more widespread rain will be the first half of Tuesday. Temperatures, they're stuck in the 60s at 65 in Indy, 67 in Sullivan. As you shop around, temperature should be in the low 70s. We'll be about 10 degrees or more above average by the time we get to the weekend. Temperatures on Sunday will be the warmest across the region right now. Take a look at Indianapolis, 2.5 inches of rainfall, roughly speaking. That includes yesterday as well as the rain since midnight today. As far as the swirl of showers, I think we'll see a widespread area of rain, moderate to heavy, during the morning hours tomorrow, coming into the state from the south and east. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, lower rain chances, temperatures coming back up. Low pressure has sitting over Illinois. On the eastern side of that, just near Louisville to Cincinnati up to northwest Ohio is where the conveyor belt of heaviest rainfall is right now. As you look at Illinois, that area of low pressure is cut off, meaning it's not within the flow of steering currents in the upper atmosphere that would move that quickly. So it will stay slowly spinning through the Hoosier State tonight and into tomorrow. Nashville or Brown County right now probably with the most rainfall, but you see what I mean by spotty tonight. They'll be hit and miss. As far as our rainfall chance in any one spot tonight, fairly low, but by morning the widespread rain begins to show up. 5 a.m. tomorrow, Cincinnati, Dayton, and Richmond. Watch that rain come back west toward Indianapolis along Interstate 74, I-70, I-65. Some of that rain is heavy. 10 a.m. still ongoing rain north of Indy. By 1 o'clock, we'll begin to see this thin out a bit. Temperatures, they'll be in the 60s all day long, with the rainfall most consistent in the morning hours. Looking for warmth and dry weather? It's going to be a challenging week. If you're looking at your yard right now and saying, I've got to get it mowed, maybe your chance will be Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday, as our overall rain chances are low. Temperatures finally make it to 75 Friday. They'll be in the 80s Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, what would have been race day, 40% chance of thunderstorms, and the warmest day in the forecast at 84 degrees.
Definitely odd to hear that, Kevin. All right, thank you. 3 Franciscan Health ER nurses contract coronavirus while trying to help save the lives of other Hoosiers. They took on that virus and won. RTV6's Stephanie Wade shows you they are back on the front lines helping patients, and they're taking yet another step to save lives.
Along this row, sitting side by side, these 3 women are not only co-workers, but also COVID-19 survivors.
I mean, it was scary. I was definitely anxious. It's really awful. People say it's like the flu, but it's like 1,000 times worse than the flu.
Having contracted the coronavirus, working as ER nurses on the front lines.
Through contact tracing, it was definitely from a patient in the ER. It just kind of comes with the job.
Emily Kornprobst was the first of the 3 to get infected.
My symptoms were fever, just a dry cough, some nausea. I lost my sense of taste and smell, and my worst symptom was my body aches.
Then she learned her friends in the same unit, Cassie Avery and Jude Shelp, started having symptoms too.
Cough, headache, fatigue, body aches. Couldn't walk from one end of the house to the other without feeling like you were just so tired.
The worst part was their families and roommates consequently got the virus as well.
My mom, my sister, and my brother, and my dad.
My husband did get sick.
I mean, in such close contact and not knowing that I had been exposed, they definitely blame me.
For 2 weeks, they all self-isolated.
I was quarantined to my bedroom, and they stayed out in the living room.
Now, fully recovered and back at work, they are here today to donate their convalescent plasma to be used in a trial treatment, with the hopes their antibodies can help critically ill patients lessen the severity of their symptoms. What this machine is doing is collecting her blood here, separating the red cells from the plasma, which is the yellow golden fluid, and that is used to treat COVID-19 patients.
I just feel so blessed to have been able to recover from COVID-19, and I feel like it's an opportunity to give back, as well as an obligation.
We don't have treatments. We don't have a vaccine yet. This is all we have that's helping. So if I can do anything to help at all, then it's not just something I can do, it's something I should do.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Stay good at being you.
Welcome back. The Indianapolis Public Library is once again loaning books, movies, and other items to keep families busy. Libraries began curbside services today after shutting to stop the spread of coronavirus. You can place requests online or on the phone, then pick your items up at 5 branches operating right now. Items must be returned to the 5 branches that are opened and will be quarantined and cleaned according to health guidelines.
Changes brought on by the pandemic have brought more Americans turning to 2 wheels. One research group says bike sales are up 50% compared to this time last year. Bikes can be a solution for commuters dealing with reduced public transportation options, and they're a good way to exercise outdoors while social distancing. And now is the time to get a bike if you're interested.
Well, thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. Our next newscast is tonight at 11.